I'm Ruth, and I've been married to my husband Falcon for 10 years. We have two beautiful and well raised children. Our marriage has been harmonious and healthy. I can testify that everything has already aligned with my dream of having a happy family. It was a fine winter morning when the entire household prepared for a grand reunion at my parents' house. Mom, can I bring my favorite socks with me? My youngest asked me. Sure, love, as long as you won't lose them. She smiled and kissed me on the cheeks. Thank you, Mom. You're the best. It warms my heart to feel my children's love. Mom, I'm going to bake in Grandma's oven. Can I bring some of your cake decorations? Of course. And sure they won't break, okay? Yes, Mom. I will let Auntie May handle it with care. As soon as my oldest mentioned my older sister's name, a smile formed on my lips. It's been 10 years since the last time we saw each other. She returned from Australia yesterday, so the family decided to have a reunion.
You sure you don't want to exhaust your auntie, right? She is still jet lagged from her travels. We should let her rest first, eat plenty of food, and drink lots of water, so that she can regain her energy as soon as possible. But now you should not bombard her with baking and all that stuff, alright?
The concern in my husband's voice was very evident, as if he cares for my sister in a very intimate way. My son nodded and packed the baking goods carefully. Why is my husband acting this way? It's very suspicious. However, I can feel the excitement rushing through my system. I cannot wait to see her. Later that day, we finally arrived at my parents' house. The kids quickly got out of the car and ran towards the house. The main door opened, and my parents welcomed them with open arms. Grandma, I missed you so much. They were all hugging each other. My husband and I got out of our car, and at that exact moment, my sister got out of the house as well. She looked stunning. Her hair was beautiful, and her innate grace and elegance resonated with her personality. We have an 18-year age gap, and I can say that she doesn't look like her age. Many thought that she was my mother. In short, she is very pretty and young looking. I stole a glance at my husband and I saw him mesmerized by my sister's captivating beauty. I cleared my throat to catch his attention, and I was successful with that one. He immediately cut his long glance at my sister and turned his attention to me. Shall we? He guided the way toward our house porch, and by the time we reached our porch, my parents welcomed us. Welcome home, dearest. Come inside, and we have prepared a lot for all of you. My mother urged us to come inside, and with no further ado, the kids rushed inside with their granddad. It's just so lovely to see them enjoying this mini vacation. It's so lovely to see you, Ruru. My sister reached for me and hugged me so tight. I missed you so much. When we had skin contact, I felt my heart skip a beat. I care for her, and I also know that she feels the same way. After she hugged me, she then turned to my husband. It's nice to see you as well, Falcon. It's been years. My husband was staring at her as if he was so drawn to her. I tapped his shoulder gently, and with that, he returned to his senses. Yes, you look terrific, May, as always. I took a deep breath. I have a lot of suspicions about how he is acting lately, especially today. After that seemingly odd encounter, we went inside the house. We had so much fun as we enjoyed what my parents prepared. As we were all hanging out in the living room after dinner, the kids were playing around, and my parents insisted on cleaning the dining table. Nika, the youngest, cuddled with May as she sat on her lap. You have the same necklace as Mom. I also have the same one, she yelled as she touched May's necklace. The three of us have the same diamond necklaces. Yes, we do. Who gave this to you? Mommy did. Mommy said her mommy gave it to her as well. Did your mommy also provide that to you?
But Mommy said Aunt May gave it to her. I remember that. She said it.
But Aunt May isn't Mommy's mom. What are you talking about? My mom dropped the spoon to the ground while cleaning the table. I can sense the tension in May. That's why I tried to change the topic. Come, we should try Auntie May's chocolate cupcakes. I successfully got their attention and we headed to the kitchen to taste her pastries. I can see the kids are savoring the tastiness and sweetness of her cupcakes. However, despite the fun, my mind remained fixated on the thought that my husband was left alone with my sister in the living room. Later that night, we went home and the kids were asleep as soon as we arrived. I chuckled as I tucked them to sleep. They had a big day. I whispered to my husband standing before the door as I turned off the lights. I closed their bedroom and faced him. I leaned towards him to kiss him, but he moved away. I was so confused. Is something wrong, my love? My husband shook his head and went upstairs, so I followed him. Come on, tell me what's wrong. He remained silent even when we entered our room. I was so shocked when he headed to our walk-in closet, picked up his luggage, and packed his clothes swiftly. What is going on here? Why are you packing your things? What are you doing? Falcon, please answer me. I'm talking to you. He remained dead silent. So I grabbed him. He finally faced me and smirked at me. What? Is he all right?
You're pathetic, aren't you?
What do you mean? I am so confused right now. I don't know what he's up to. We were okay earlier, and I cannot even remember arguing with him before this.
Can't you see that I'm leaving you?
My heart almost stopped. But why? For what reason? Did I do something wrong?
No, you did not. I'm just so unhappy with this relationship. I was forced to be in this marriage with you because I had no choice.
What do you mean?
You're that stupid, right? Can't you see that I'm in love with your older sister? She has always been the woman that I love and will never change. I only dated you back in college to get close to her. But when I knew that she was not into marriage, I was so devastated and had you pregnant. I was forced to marry you. From then on, I was stuck in this relationship. A relationship that I never asked for in the first place. I can feel my heart hurting. I cannot even breathe from all the things that he said. I feel so betrayed and played on. You could have left me. And what? So I'll be branded as an absent father to my kids? No way, I love my children. I never wanted to leave this relationship because this was the only way to be close to her. And right now, there is no turning back. I will marry her.
I was standing there, processing everything that he revealed to me. This is not true. I refused. Every word from his mouth was accurate, but I could see his seriousness. He continued packing his clothes as if I did not exist at all. So I asked him one last question. Do you love me? He laughed out so loud, almost mocking my entire existence.
You're funny and a fool. Of course I don't. I never did. And all I wanted was a way out. And now I can finally escape from this hell of a life.
As he said those words, he lifted his suitcase and went out, and as he was walking out, he even bumped my shoulder so hard which made me stumble to the ground. Falcon, it hurts. He just looked down on me and smirked.
I don't care.
He left me there, whimpering in pain. I could hear his car pulling away from the driveway. I'm barely breathing. The thought of him leaving me and the kids was so suffocating. I love him so much. How can he do this to me? I have millions of questions inside my head. Does May love him too? Are they having an affair? Is she going to betray me as well? Why did Falcon do this to me? If he hates me this much, why didn't he leave me alone? I cannot do this anymore. I'm so heartbroken. I never thought of this ever. I never saw the sign that my husband was in love with my older sister. But does he even know the truth? An idea sparked in my mind. I quickly called my sister. I need you to come over now. Why? What's the matter? Is something wrong? Falcon left me and the kids. I need you here right now. I could hear her rushing footsteps from the other line. I could also hear her car keys. All right, I'm coming. Do not do anything stupid, love. Please listen to me. I could feel tears falling from my cheeks, and a slight pinch in my heart made the crying more prominent. It's been so long since she called me love. I sobbed as I couldn't contain my tears anymore. I could still hear her panicking from the other end. Hush now. Do not cry. I am almost there, love. My eyes welled and I started to cry even harder. Everything will be fine. Mommy is coming. And there she said it. My heart broke even more and I cried harder. May is not my elder sister. She's my mother. She had me at a very young age. So my parents or my grandparents had to cover it up from everyone and pretend I was their child. My mother May agreed to the setup. But even though our setup was like this, May still supported me with my studies, financially and emotionally. However, all my life she chose to stay in Australia. And I guess it's better that way, to keep our family secret a secret. In just a few minutes, my mother broke into my room and found me on the floor of our walk-in closet. She quickly hugged me. I knew that guy was not trustworthy. I just cried so hard in her arms. She has this warm and comforting presence that I longed for. Don't worry, I am here. I will not leave you and the kids alone. I promise you that. She caressed my face and kissed me on the forehead. I missed you so much, my angel. I just savored the moment that I was with her, and after a few seconds, I finally spoke to her. He is in love with you. May heaved a sigh. I know. She said it in a very disappointing tone. You knew? Yes, I did, love. Ever since you two were dating back in college, he kept on texting me and sending me letters behind my back. I want to tell you about it, but I don't want to hurt you. I told him I didn't intend to marry, and he got mad. Then he married you, and I thought everything was going well with the both of you. But he kept on bombarding me. I decided to stay in Australia for good, hoping he would stop. But he did not. I was so scared to come back here, but I had to because I missed you so much and my grandkids. I couldn't help but cry again. I don't like nor love him, Ruru. I promise you, I am your mother and I always take care of you. And it is about time that he must know the truth. The next day, Falcon texted May to meet. She agreed, but I was coming with her. When we arrived at the restaurant, Falcon was so pissed when he saw me. Really? You have perfected the art of being a cockblock? You're a leech. Please get off my life, you stupid bitch. May slapped him so hard that everyone in the restaurant gasped. May, why did you do that? You deserve that. You're a disrespectful freak. May, I didn't mean to insult her in front of you. I'm sorry. I promise you, when we're together, I will not do that to you. May chuckled and smirked. Bold of you to assume that I will ever let you inside my life. I will not waste my life being a loser like you. I'm not a loser. Yes, you are. I will never marry someone who is an abusive jerk. I will not forgive you for what you did to my daughter. His eyes widened. Daughter? Yes, May is my mother, my biological mother. Sorry, not sorry, but she's not my sister. I could see the confusion in his eyes. You're fooling me. May slapped my birth certificate on his face. I cannot believe I have to bring proof to justify that she is my child for somebody like you. He was shaking as he read the text, and it clearly stated that May was my birth mom. No, no way. Everyone was talking about the commotion. You heard it? He wants to marry his wife's mother? He's insane.
He's so weird. He needs to be arrested.
I smirked as I heard everyone's chit chat, and I'm pretty sure Falcon heard them as well, because the shame was evident in his eyes. He came to his knees and started begging. Everyone gasped and began to take pictures and videos.
Ruth, forgive me. I'm so sorry.
It's too late, Falcon. We are over. He closed his eyes out of embarrassment and turned to May.
I'm so sorry, May. I didn't mean to disrespect you. You're my mother-in-law, and I should have never done this to you.
I never forgot years of harassment and stalking. The trauma he put me through was unimaginable. And now it's for you to face all the consequences. Security, arrest him. And with that signal, the police stepped inside the restaurant and arrested Falcon. He kept on begging for mercy, but I was too heartless for that. After the commotion, my mother and I confessed to my kids what had happened and the truth about our relationship. They accepted and handled it perfectly, and they have been calling her Grandma since then. My mother decided to take us to Australia for a good while. The divorce process was ongoing. From then on, my mother and I, together with my kids, forged a long-lasting bond, and this is the best thing I could ever ask for.